So, as it were, Liverpool 3, Brighton 2 away at the Amex. We progress to the next stages of the League Cup, where we face Southampton away. I think that's going to be on the week of December the 18th, if I read that correctly in the reports earlier today. And we got there due to a couple of banging goals from Cody Gakpo. The first one, absolute fizzer, where he just stood still, almost gave like a Cantona type of celebration. You know, the Pico where Cantona chips it over the goalkeeper, just stands around and just looks slightly like this. Except Gakpo just stood still. Was like, yep, that's me. I did that. Man's got a deadly right foot. I don't know why we don't play him on the left side more often. He's doing on that wing what we want from Luis Diaz. Gakpo will not probably dribble past 3 or 4 players, but he's nifty on the ball. He's got power in the right foot of his. Arguably probably he's got power in the left foot as well. But that's what we expect from our wingers. Ultimately, I should say left winger. When it's not coming from Luis Diaz, we're getting it from Cody Gakpo. And man was an absolute machine in this game. Got a 9 out of 10 according to FootMob. But you can see there 2 goals, 3 shots. It's not a bad return, eh? Not a bad return at all. Created 2 chances. One of them you would argue should have really fallen to, which actually did fall to Szoboszlai. They could have given it back or whatever that sequence was, but Szoboszlai really should have done better for that. But you know what? I'm not going to complain too much. You can see there 2 out of 5 dribbles. Like, he's not really a dribbler, but the man will get you a goal or 2. You can bank on that. 25 years old, coming into some prime form. The Carabao Cup, he loves it. Absolutely loves it. Couple of offsides, 1 pass into the final third, but pretty much had himself a banging game. 2 goals, got subbed off in the 71st minute to when that's where we saw Salah come on with Darwin, and then also we see Szoboszlai come off again. Should have had that chance taken that he had in that second half, but bro, how do you miss it? Right in front. I mean, okay, fair enough. Maybe the ball bounced in front of him, but still, left or right, either side, man went straight down and just caught him in the midriff of the goalkeeper, like between the arm section. But it is what it is. That was on steel, and you know, played the false line role. A bit odd, according to SofaScore average positions, as you can see here. It was a Jaros in goal. Had the fantastic save. That save from Jaros, from the header from Adingra. Oh, what an absolute save. He was like going in the opposite direction and stuck fingertips out and swept it out, man. Like, absolute banging save. And you also had the one-on-one in the first half as well, which he did clean up too. Probably, obviously, much easier than the second one. But nonetheless, he was there when you needed him. And as you can see there, Gakpo, furthest player forward. Szoboszlai in that false 9 at that number 8, whatever the hell that was there. Diaz tucking inside. You know, you had Jones, Morton, and Endo playing in this game. And yeah, that was that there. And then the subs come on, and then you can see everyone just sort of like hung back a little bit, like even second half. I think that can't be right. Salah playing right back. Are you serious? That can't be real. Salah didn't play that far back. This is taking the piss, bro. No chance Salah played. Nah, he came on. He was playing up front on that right wing. That's wrong there. So yeah, that was that there. But I mean, just to go off Twitter for a little bit, there's Cody Gakpo, player of the match, deservedly so. Absolute banging goal. And just in general, like the team's rotation, I said we're going to have to rotate in my vid the other day, the little preview that I did. I didn't know what I was going to expect. I actually thought maybe Tsimikas would have played, but then we're maybe looking at putting Tsimikas on to start against Brighton at home. I did say the centre-back pairings would probably rotate, so Gomez and Quansah came in there. We'll talk about Quansah in a second. Bradley had a knock, back from his knock, so he started in place of Trent, who was rested. Then we started with Diaz, Tyler Morton, Endo getting a start, Gakpo with the 2 goals, Jones and Szoboszlai up top, and Jaros in goal. Did concede 2 goals. The first one from a sloppy play from Quansah. Arguably, you can say responsible for that. The first goal for them going in there. And he had to pull off a save as well from that. And then they scored off the rebound. But ultimately, he had 5 saves. 1 error led to goal. And he conceded 2. But quality saves where they were needed. If only he got the save for the second goal. But that was a deflection. And how people are gonna blame Quansah for that second goal. Like, the man went to block the shot, ended up deflecting off of him, and he just wrong-footed Jaros and went into the back of the net. How are you going to put blame on him for that second goal? First goal, I can understand. I say, you know what? Fair enough. You messed up. Cool. Lift your head up. Go again. But to do it twice, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's the second goal was not him wholeheartedly. there were other things involved there. But no dispossessions, put a couple of blocks in, some clearances, headed clearances, but it's just a little bit sloppy. We know he gave the ball away for Bruno to score the goal that puts United, was it 1-0 or 2-1 at the time at Old Trafford, when he lobbed Kelleher from fuck knows how far out, like almost inside our half. He just lobbed him from the poor giveaway, and then we seen him get hooked in the first half, or was it first half I think it was, against Ipswich in the opening game. And then ever since then, Konate's been the man to partner Van Dijk. So maybe there's something to be said about Quansah. Is he ready? Actually, 21 years old. People say personal stuff has affected him. Him being subbed in that first game ruined his confidence. And this game as well is not going to do him any favors, because he did get subbed as well in the 90th minute. Konate come on, get himself a yellow card. Maybe just to show up the game, because it was 3-1 at that point. And then, of course, they ended up equalising. Lamptey with the deflected shot into the back of the net. But it is what it is. Yes, only so many things you can do. But to put that second goal blame on Quansah, I don't think so. And just looking here, I think there was something said about Quansah. Yeah, Quansah, I rate him, but he's been making one too many mistakes. I think people are now, Liverpool fans, thinking, is Quansah it? Quansah looks absolutely gutted as he's subbed off. Now, that may be true, and as true as that is, still, people will say, was it the right thing to do? And yeah, like, Slot is ruthless. Maybe it's tough love. Whereas beforehand, Klopp would keep you going. And when a player was not performing well, Klopp would not be afraid to sub them off. However, it would probably come at a point where it was too late to make any real changes. I go notably back to that game against Tottenham, where Dan Lovren had an absolute shocking first half, was responsible for a few of their goals, and then got hooked halfway through that first half. We ended up losing 4-1 in the end, but still, that was one game. People that maybe want to heap abuse or talk shit to Quansah, I think you're a bunch of pricks. Anyone who talks shit to players when they're not performing well or when they've had bad games, you're an absolute scumbag. And I don't think that you hold any value to society if that's how you behave, even behind closed accounts or anonymous ones at that. So maybe check yourself. Yeah, so see, one says cost us the league at Old Trafford. That's a bit harsh to say, man. Cost us the league, like, because it was a mistake. But we should have done in that first half, if we took our chances instead of just being 1 or 2-0 up in that first 1-0 up in that first half. It was 1-0 up. We would have actually done something there. But we only got one goal, chance after chance after chance. Nothing went in. They get one opportunity, bang, they bang it in. Again, other end, Maino scores 2-1, and we had to get the penalty at the end of that game. I don't think that cost us the league. That's harsh to say. Definitely harsh to say. But definitely there is something in there. He had a bad game, not his first this season. Quansah doesn't look anywhere near as good enough to be starting. Gave sloppy balls away in the first half. At fault for Brighton's first goal. Went to ground for the defected seconds. You can't blame someone for that second goal if it's deflected off them. You can't blame them. Quansah will always have a mistake in him liability. So last year, all of a sudden, we were saying Quansah, he's him. Quansah is the man. Quansah is him. He is Virgil van Quansah. Now, all of a sudden, it's Quansah is not him. Until we get more centre-backs, he has to be him. Otherwise, you're looking at putting Gomez in there in terms of your centre-back alternative if it's not going to be Quansah to partner Van Dijk. Because at the moment, our centre-backs are looking thin as. And again, this goes back to FSG, Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards for not giving us what we needed in the off-season. Centre-back, left-back, midfielder, potentially striker. So, I don't know. Look, we won the game 3-2. Ain't really too much to complain about. The goals we conceded were our own fault. So, if we can remove those from the equation, I think we'll be okay. Gakpo get himself some big goals. It's nice to see. Absolute fizzer. Szoboszlai really needs a goal himself, or needs to do something, because that man is in need of showing us that he can be this number 10, number 8, whatever the hell he is for us, and make something happen. And the midfield, well, we had other players come on in that second half. Of course, we saw Nyoni come on, and he had a decent game. And then you also see Darwin try and do Salah for a little bit. I know Hussam was fuming when Salah came. I was like, why are you playing Salah? Like, the game's 2-0, like, let it go. And then it was 2-1, and then Diaz scored, and then it became 3-2, and the game finished ultimately. But yeah, McAllister coming on there. So now we face Brighton at home again on Saturday, so that'll be nice. We had Brighton away in the Cup, which we won, facing Southampton now in the is it the quarters? Either 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, in the quarters. Then it'll be semis, and then the final. So in the quarters, and yeah, the league awaits us on Sunday. You expect everyone to go back to position, but if I was Slot, I'd be looking at Cody Gakpo and saying, you know what, this guy is your left winger. This is the man you want starting at left wing. Diaz, sorry, bro, you can hold bench. You can come on in the second half and run at the defenders when they're getting tired. Again, if Lamptey is to start, if it's going to be Garuda who got benched off, subbed off in the second half, because they're missing some players too. Welbeck came on for a little bit. Matoma was dangerous. He's a danger man. Always got to look out for him. But ultimately, I'd want to start Gakpo on that left wing. Nunez we have to start because we don't have any other strikers, and Salah will resume his right wing position. Midfield speaks for itself. Gravenberch was rested, watching us while he was on the dates. Big up to Grav. Always make sure you're keeping up with the boys. And we move. Trent as well, bit of a rest. So nice to see some players getting some time off. And I do say maybe Tsimikas will probably be looking at starting this game against Brighton at home. I mean, Robbo, fair enough, probably needs a rest after this, but bruv, yeah, just allow it, man. Just take a breather, sit on the bench, let Tsimikas do his thing, whip some crosses in there. We'll see what happens. But that's it for this one here. Cody GakPOW, man of the match, 2 banging goals. May it long continue. You let me know your thoughts down below. See yous.